what we're gonna do is we're going to work a bit on this bit in here. So what I have in mind is, first of all, I'm wondering if we should actually redo these cuts. Because I don't know if I wouldn't prefer them to be angled. So if we're going to recall the cutters, so Shift 2, and I think these are the cutters, I think. You know what, we're just gonna make new ones. Shift 2, and we're gonna make new ones. Bring it to local, grab a cube, and we're just gonna make new ones. So grab a cube and R, and 1, 2, and I think it's the correct angle, but we can check it. Let's go back. Yeah, this angle, right? So let's grab this again and Alt Z. And what we're gonna do is let's just make it smaller because this cube is just huge. And we're gonna cut it in here, right? So let's make it narrower. So SXX to scale it and move it in here. Go to top view and GY and move it in here, and you know, more or less the same length, but what we want is this angle in here. Okay, so Alt A and scale, apply it, select edge and simply chamfer it like this. Okay, let's see how we're looking from the top view. All right, we're looking good, we're looking good. Let's actually move a cursor in here. Let's grab an empty, so go here, grab an empty plane axis, and we're gonna flip it across the empty. So this mirror across X and select empty here, and that's what we're gonna get, and that's what we want, you see. So we're gonna have a new cut, and then we're going to apply the mirror and simply remove these edges from the middle because we don't need them. So simply, let me see that. We need to fix this because there are double faces in here. This is gonna look pretty bad when we actually apply it. So let's go to local mode and let's fix it, shall we? So connect these two. In fact, Shift 1 to connect in the middle, and these two, and Shift 1. And now we can actually remove this edge from the middle. Can we? Let's try to clean it with 3 and then select the middle edge and let's remove it. Huh, doesn't want to remove it. There's probably a face in the middle. Let's see. There we go, that's the face. See this face here in the middle? It's really difficult to see, look. And that's what disables the option of actually selecting the whole edge. This will create it by a bisect mirror, okay? So be careful. So let's remove this face, and now we can probably dissolve this edge. There you go, and that's what we want, okay? So what happened is that the mirror, when it bisected and flipped, it first bisects, which means it slices the object in half, and that creates a face, and then it flips it, so you have a face in the middle. You see what I mean? So you gotta be careful. Let's scale adjust this one to more or less the same size, but slightly larger. So because you know we want to slice it, right? So GX and you know somewhere here, I suppose, a little bit larger, because we can scale it inwards later. Select this and simply slice it. So Control minus, and now we got this slanted look. You see, it's much more interesting than this one, right? And now we can flip this across this other object. So simply mirror, where is it? Here, and across X and flip it across this object on Y, I'm sorry, not X. And we should be peachy. So let's just apply it and let's go back to normal view and grab this cutter and move it to cutters. And this empty, we can actually delete it. Don't need it anymore. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this is much better. Let's grab the cylinder and make it maybe 40. Okay, because you don't want it to be not 50, 40. I cannot see because of the mic is so huge. Let's actually rotate this, holding Control, and let's make it smaller, right? And we could actually place it directly in the middle here, so we could simply apply this boolean first of all. Apply the mirror, apply the boolean. Ooh, these are dangerous. We got lucky here. This is really close. We need to move it a little bit further, guys, because the bevel's gonna destroy it. And this one is too far, so we need to move it closer, okay? So, EF, and just do it like this, okay? There, perfect. All right. Where were we? Right, these ones. So select these and these. So with Shift and Alt, and Shift S to select it, and this one to cursor. And now we got this thing in the middle. So let's go to orthographic and GY and move it in here and scale it. And GX and make it larger like this. Actually, larger like this. And scale it up, okay? But Shift X, so it scales on Y and Z, but not on X. And something like this, maybe. SX maybe a bit smaller. Okay, I need it to be larger, guys, I think. Let's go here and see. Yeah, this is pretty good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna Shift D this, so it's a duplicate. Right click, S, and scale this one, okay? But a little bit. And then we need to apply auto smooth, shade smooth, click on the pipe, and Control minus. What this will do, it will create like a sort of like a cut inside of this one. So if you select all three of them, you can see what happened, right? We simply use the same size shape of the object to create like an indentation over there. So like a casing. So SX, and let's scale it just a teensy, teensy bit inside. Let's actually grab both of them and scale them, because we don't want these bevels here to, be catching, because that's a bad idea. And let's see. This should do. However, what I want to do is to grab this cutter and insert this face actually on both sides, okay? So grab this one and this one and insert it like this, okay? And simply extrude it. And then when you press E, cancel it, and Alt S, and now you can scale it outwards, moving your mouse, okay? Like this. And now let's see what happens, because it's important. Let's grab this, this, and this, and see what happens to the side view. Now you see we got these openings in here, but they're a little bit, this is not exactly what I wanted. So we will need to move this outside a bit. It's just too deep. So GX, and let's move it a little bit, sorry, GY, and move it outside just a bit. Yeah, that's it. See, because we had this like they were rounding down already. So what I want is for it to be like this, okay? So it's kind of like a half cut of this circle. Because what's going to be like a cell that you inject inside, and it snaps into these locks in here on sides, okay? That's what I want. So that should do. And by the way, this is going to be tricky to control in terms of bevels, so we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. We need to secure, because you see this pulling in here, this shading pulling. We need to secure it. So let's grab an edge and move it in here and secure this one, and do the same thing on this side. So move an edge and secure this before we cut it. This one needs to be shaded smooth, and everything is peachy. Now let's grab these two, right? And let's actually turn off this pass-through because it's confusing me. Let's insert it like this, and simply E, cancel, Alt S, and move your mouse, okay? And this is fine. Now we're going to grab this edge and move it in here, and actually extrude it like this. And then, you know what, I'm actually gonna move this one deeper, so GX, and move it a little bit deeper here, okay? And I'm gonna move this one a little bit outside, so GX, and just tiny bit outside here, okay? And this one actually a little bit inside again, GX, like this, okay? Grab this one and split them, okay? And let's go to side view. We need to move them a little bit to the left here. Not too close so you don't catch the bevel. Now select this with Alt and simply scale it. Scale it like this, okay? That's cool. And we just need to flip it on the other side, but we'll do it later. So this should work, I think. Now this could be a little bit larger, so scale it and so press S and Shift X. So it scales only on Y and Z. And this cell should go deeper. So GY, and move it deeper here. Let's see how we're looking. This one should be bigger. So S, Shift X, and make it larger still. Okay, that's important. Something like this. And we will need to fix this cut in here. So let's grab this cutter because this opening here, if you see, it just doesn't fit. We need to round it up. So let's try to round it up, shall we? Let's go to edit mode. And which one is it? Right, this one. So we need to select this edge, the round one, and simply scale it like this. There we go. And this should do. So we can actually do it on both sides. Just scale it a little bit, not too much. Yeah. So select both and just scale it teensy weensy bit. Okay. Like this. Will this do? It doesn't really look good. You know what? Instead of doing that, we're gonna simply select. Let's select this one. Okay. This ring. So what we need to do is press on between the two faces on the edge. It's going to select the ring, Control plus, and then GX and move it inside. And select this one and GX and move it inside. It's going to be far easier to manage this that way. Let's create another empty. So now we're going to add a mirror here and we're going to flip it across this one, right, to the other side. So just bisect it and it should be fine. Just apply it because, you know. So let's Control B this and extrude it, cancel, and then S, Shift X, so it scales on every single axis except X and SX, and scale it on X, or something like this. This would do. Kind of like a power cell or something, and we could actually add some rings in here. So Shift D, P to its own selection. Let's actually scale them. So scale on their own origins, right? So SX and scale them on own origins, and we can solidify them. So it's solidify, and whoops. We need to separate it first. So select both of them, P on selection, and then solidify. And we're going to solidify this on, let me see that. Add modifier, solidify, and solidify outside. There we go. Perfect. So get kind of like a power cell or something. We should be good. I'm not really keen on these. Maybe we should chamfer this. Maybe we should chamfer this. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, let's select both edges and simply chamfer them. That's cool. All right. So we can flip this onto the other side. So select this one and select add a mirror. And flip it across y-axis and select the empty and flip, and there we go. It's on the other side, right? And also we can do the same thing with this one. So apply this boolean and add a mirror and flip across y-axis. So let's see if it worked the way the nature intended. Yeah, it did. Cool. Nice. Well, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.